What's up, guys? Nick with Mystic Manifesting here. Now, I promised you this video a while ago, but there was problems rendering. It was taking forever. I didn't really like the way it took. I wound up doing 3 or 4 takes. Here's the fifth take on it, but I feel like it was working out in my favor. Everything lines up for a reason, and you know, everything always works out in my favor is what I say. So everything always works out in your favor too. And I think it's more suiting to do the video here. This on my lunch break at work. I'm trying to belt out as many videos as I can. So now you guys get a nice scenery of me. Um, I want to talk about jobs. And this video is for somebody very special in my life. And I keep promising her I'm going to make this video to get her out of a very tough position. And as I always say in manifesting, you want to know exactly what you want in life. Now, if you want a new job and it's going to be a job and who you're going to work for and what industry it's going to be in, you want to be very specific. So I know she wants to manifest a new job. What industry is it in? What are the bosses like? What are your coworkers like? What is your work environment? What is your workload? And it doesn't have to be super detailed. It could just be a bulleted list. So you guys know my success story about every job I've ever had, I've manifested it by saying exactly what I'm going to have. And when I wanted just a job in the trades, I said, I just want a job. And I got one and it sucked. And I was like, man, it'd be a lot better if the next place was like this. And I didn't know manifesting like I do now. But I was like, if there was, yeah, sorry, I'm stuttering. That was really horrible. That works out in my favor anyway, though. But it's like, okay, the next job, I'm like, if there was just more guys here, it would be better because then there wouldn't be so much workload on me. Well, then I go to a place where I'm not learning anything, but there's a lot of guys there, but then they're not helping me with the work. So it's like, wouldn't it be better if I went to a place where my coworkers actually worked? And then I went to a place where my coworkers worked, but I didn't specify the workload, and it was the most work I ever did. Like I was dying every day, all this backbreaking stuff, asbestos everywhere. And then like the next job, it's like I want to learn, I want to have a good group of guys. I don't care how the boss is. That was a mistake because I felt like I needed to say something realistic. I was kind of getting more into the like conscious manifesting at that point, and I had one of the worst bosses I ever could have imagined. But hey, everything worked out in my favor because I learned that was like one of my first specific person manifestations, picturing him becoming a better version to me, and then him leaving that job within the time I got promoted so I could move up the chain. And that's a crazy story in itself too. But overall, like you guys know my success story. Everything I've ever, I'm like the next place it was like good group of guys, people there to teach me. Um, Good amount of work, enough to learn, but not too much. Um, Place I can move up. It's just like overall, it's everything I wanted in the job came true. So if you want a new job, what you're going to want to do is list out what are the bosses like, what is the industry, what are your responsibilities, what is your schedule, even down to my schedule too. Like even now, like the place I'm at now, the schedule is something I listed out too. Do you want overtime, this and that? And it has to be a bulleted list. And I didn't sit there all day reading it again and again and again. Every time I would talk to people, I wouldn't talk about the job that I was in and what I was struggling with at that job and why I didn't like that job anymore. Or if I got laid off, I wouldn't talk about the situation. I was just saying, well, you know what? I knew I was going to get another job because that's a given. You obviously that's you apply to enough places, you're going to get whatever you want, right? I was saying, no matter what, like I mean, the subconscious belief to it was no matter what, I'm going to have a job because I'm applying. But the job I'm going to get is going to be this schedule, this work environment, this workload, this pay, everything. I got it here at this place. So I mean, it's kind of suiting. Look at the light comes out too. Look at how cinematic that is. It's almost like I'm preaching the right stuff here, right? So that's something I've always done for my work. So if you want a new job, that would be my advice for it. If you want to run your own business, that's still one that I'm not very clear on, but I'm trying to run this business. Something, and now I'm kind of having this revelation as I'm telling this. What are your responsibilities? How many videos you have to do? Look, this is part of it. I still have a day job and I'm running the business. Well, what is one of the requirements? Skip lunch, talk, and make the videos. So I'm doing that. So if you want to run a business, what ways do you have to change your lifestyle? Maybe not taking a 3D action, but set aside time in the day. Like if you're running a business, probably the only time to work out would be early in the morning. So you start working out early in the morning, even though your business hasn't taken off or anything, knowing that you've already set your time for the rest of the day for the business. So start making room in your life for what you want to manifest. And that goes for anything, not just jobs or starting a business. But number one, be very clear and realize you can manifest anything. But if it's easier and it's more obtainable in your mind to get a job first, do that. Then that will sharpen you up, or do some mini manifestations with the job. That will sharpen up your mind and your confidence enough to know, man, I really can manifest anything. I don't need to focus on um, starting this business and it's all these steps. No, man, everything fell into place. Like even when it came down to a business, I said I always used to say I'll have someone editing my videos, and it was for a comedy channel. Well, then I start this channel. It comes in now. Gary's here, killing it with these awesome videos, and we're working on some new ones now. He's editing the videos for me, and I could to like relieve that pressure off myself. It's like, oh, what about all the math and the books and stuff? SP's helping me keep the books and stuff, so I don't have to worry about like, oh, the taxes and this and that. And like everything you ask for in life, you'll get. I always tell my mom as a kid, I'm like, and when I move out, I'm gonna have someone cook for me. I pay a guy to prep my meals now. Like, you always get whatever you want. So it's no different when it comes to a job, and it's only that limiting belief that you feel stuck, you feel trapped. Well, stop giving attention to what's there. And I talked about this in the last video, where attention goes, energy flows. Stop giving attention to where you are now. Go there, something bad happens, in one ear, out the other. You have to do a lot of work, bear the burden, and then go home and think about, man, I'm so glad that was the last day. Or while you're working, I used to do this all the time at the last job I really hated. I'm like, man, this is my last day, my last week. The only reason I'm still here is because I'm just being courteous and giving my 2 week notice. And actually, I wound up leaving that job with no notice. But really, I was giving my 2 week notice for fucking months before the manifestation came in. So don't worry about the time either. I think it was like 3 or 4 months by the time I got out of that place when I was really focused on it. But you're never trapped. The world is huge. Look at, I'm downtown Chicago. Look how many buildings are down here. There's a ton of jobs here. And that's just out here. Then there's the suburbs. The internet is bigger than the real world. Look how many jobs are out there. You want to follow your passion and start something you care about. I'm passionate about teaching manifesting. I'm here doing this. I'm passionate about fitness. I've got a little fitness channel. I'm passionate about making comedy videos. I have a channel for that. Whatever your passions are, follow those too. And who knows, it could become a business. I made these just to help some people, and then Ink talked me into staying on the channel. And next thing you know, now it's kind of become a business, and I've helped a ton of people, and we've got success stories. So you never know what's going to unfold in your life. And in the end, it kind of was a path I never saw coming, but unfolded everything I wanted. But I just thought it would be through a different avenue. However, this video is dedicated to a special lady in my life who's looking to get a new job, and hopefully that could help. And even if you want to maintain the job you're at and just have like a so-called third party at the job who's making the job horrible, write out a letter to that person, a nice one, saying, I'm so happy you got this better job and blah, blah, blah. Just like getting rid of a third party in a relationship. I'm so happy you got this job. I wish you nothing but the best. Things are going good here. And you guys saw me and SP did this. The lady has not been removed from her department or anything, but they've now, they don't talk. It's work-related stuff, and that's it. No more bullying my SP, no more picking on her, no more anything. This lady just leaves her alone. So if this is your desire to stay where you are and you just don't want to be bothered by that person, and eventually they move on to another department, write that letter, and then every night go to sleep grateful that they're not going to bother you anymore. Look at, you guys saw SP's success story. The next day, the lady was leaving her alone. And then within a month, she wound up manifesting the opposite, where it blew up in her face. But really it didn't. It took that event. I told her, this is the event that unfolds the bridge. The lady never bothers you again. And now it's been like 3 weeks, maybe a month, where she's been being left alone. And I think that's a beautiful success story. So with that, I hope this helps you guys. I hear my radio going off. I hope this helps you guys manifest a better job. Believe that you can start your own business. Believe that anything is possible. And this stuff applies in all aspects of life. Nothing is impossible. All right? I love you guys. You can't fuck this up. You got this.